Hello students, for this segment we're just going to do a quick little lesson on how to graph or identifying the slope and Y-intercept. So we've already done it in an equation, but now we're going to try to just see what it generally would look like. And so the way that we start off here is let's have an x and a y axis. And actually, I'm just going to have it expand a little bit more so that we generally know what the spaces are here. I'm just going to keep it simple. We're going to do a -1 going down. We're going to have a 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's just leave it at that. And then we'll just have 1, 2, 3, and 4 going in the positive direction. I'm going to use a different color, but you could use another color as well. So let's say that I'm going to start at this point right here. And I'm going to draw another line at, let's just go with 3, 4. So it should be right here. Now, if I were to draw a line, it would look something like that, right? Let me just straighten it up a little bit. That, ooh, a little bit too slanted. Let's do one more shot here. Oof, yikes. Okay, we're gonna have to just leave it a little bit squiggly there, but that shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, so let's think about what the slope and y-intercept are, okay? So first of all, you already know that the slope is m, or m is equal to slope. And let's just clarify that this is how slanted the line is. So what you're really trying to see is how steep is this, right? Like the higher the number, the steeper it is. The lower the number, closer to 0, the flatter it would be. So really that's what m is, all right? So when you have a line, you could tell what? Like a few things, right? You could tell which points it crosses, but here you could also tell how high it's tilted or how slanted it is. Now, we have another term which we have mentioned a couple of times, but this right here is the y-intercept. And actually to stay true to what I have here previously, I'm going to write b is equal to. So the y-intercept is actually a very, it's a special number, but it's also like kind of a simple number. So scientists try to figure out like how in the world can I tell what position the line is? And we realize that most of the time you would draw something with the x and y axis available, right? Like the point of origin. So then a thought came by and they said, well, what if we just took a look at where the y axis intersects with this line? So really it's where the line hits the y-axis. So the y-axis, if I could use another color, just a reminder, is this right here. You see how that's exactly where the line hits that y-axis. Now, it doesn't always have to be a nice number. It could sometimes be a fraction or a decimal or a negative number. In our case, it's really easy. It's 1. That's all it is. So the y-intercept takes place at 0, 1. Now, what is interesting about this is the y-intercept is usually, like if you want to find it, it's really simple. It is where x is equal to 0. So another way to see it is it's where the x coordinate is 0. So there is a quick way to find this out, and that is, let's say I have the formula. Let's say for this, actually I could figure out what the formula is. We got y is equal to Let's take a look at the slope. 0, comma 1 versus 3, comma 4. So to find the slope, I could do 0.2, 3 minus 0, and then 4 minus 1. So it's 3 over 3, or in other words, it is 1. So the m is 1. And then I have x plus b. Now, in order to find b, what's really nice about this number is it is pretty much wherever x equals 0, right? So then, if x is equal to 0, then we have y is equal to b. That's all it is. Y is equal to b. So in other words, whenever x is equal to 0, you don't have to do much calculations. You just have to find out what the y is. In this case, we know that it's 0, comma 1, so y is equal to 1. Therefore, b is equal to 1. So in this particular formula, you can plug this all back in and you get y is equal to 1x, I'm going to leave the 1 in there to make it easy, plus 1. And that is what we have here. So that's what the formula is like. But again, that's so the b, or the y-intercept, is simply wherever the line hits that x-axis. So just have this. Hopefully this visual can help. If it still is a little bit tricky for you to grasp this, don't worry about it. Just continue to kind of grasp the formulas, whichever methods you find works for you. But this is how you would do it, identify the slope and the y-intercept by looking at a graph. All right, we're going to leave it here.